Are you confident with Kingsley Suamataia starting at left guard? Well, after the preseason opener, there were a lot of Chiefs fans on social media that criticized his performance very heavily, which is kind of insane considering he played in only 12 snaps. But what if I told you that I'm not actually worried about him, and I actually think that he's going to get a lot better? But if you guys are new to this channel, my name is Michael Darcy, and you're watching the KC Sports Report. Do me a big time favor and hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more daily Chiefs coverage. Now, like I said, after the preseason opener, a game in which Kingsley started at left guard and played in 12 snaps, there were a lot of Chiefs fans on social media that already want him gone. And I don't really fully understand that because even though he did get beat very badly on one of his snaps, the linebacker for Arizona kind of shoved him and he kind of tripped over Creed Humphrey's foot and just kind of fell over and got beat on that play. So he did get beat on one of his 12 reps. But overall, I came away from that preseason game feeling very confident in what we had in Kingsley. And I think that there were a lot of Chiefs fans that expected him to be perfect, expected him to be at the caliber of Joe Thuney, and that's just never going to be the case. This is someone that is playing a completely new position after basically sitting out all of last year. Now, he did start last season at left tackle, but he only played in 2 games before he was so bad that the Chiefs benched him. And so he sat basically the remainder of that season until the final week of the season where he played right guard against Denver. And then the coaching staff was kind of like, okay, maybe he's more suited to be a guard, which is completely understandable. Actually, coming out of the draft, I thought that he projected more to be a good guard in the league than a tackle. But a lot of Chiefs fans are expecting him to be something that, quite frankly, he isn't. He's not going to be Joe Thuney, and he probably will never be Joe Thuney. But I think that Kingsley has so much athleticism that I do think that he can make that transition to left guard well. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be Joe Thuney, but I also think that he is going to be better than Mike Caliendo. And I think that's the real question the Chiefs have to answer. Who is better suited to start at left guard, Kingsley or Mike Caliendo? We saw Mike Caliendo last year, and he was all right, but he was never that good. And so the Chiefs think with the athletic upside of Kingsley, they're getting an advantage there. And I do think that's the case. But also, Kingsley played in 12 snaps. I'm not going to completely overreact to a preseason game in which he played, under 15 snaps, 12 for the game, and on 11 of those 12 snaps looked pretty good. And guess what? This is someone that, is making a transition from left tackle to left guard. And I think that he's actually, solved a lot of the questions in terms of the running game. He's fantastic at run blocking. He just needs to get his pass protection down. And guess what? If Josh Simmons ends up being the truth at left tackle, it's going to make it a lot easier for Kingsley to improve at left guard because just the way the NFL works, it's harder to find quality tackles than it is to find quality guards. It's easier to play guard in the NFL than it is to play tackle. And so you're putting a highly athletic, highly motivated guy that was drafted in the 2nd round, last year to left guard to replace a guy that, in Mike Caliendo, who was never really a long-term solution to that problem. Now, I do think there is an argument to be made that a lot of Chiefs fans just very quickly wrote off that Kingsley had that job won, and he might not be any good at left guard. But I think that we just have to give him more of a chance. It's been one preseason game, ladies and gentlemen, one game. And so before everybody, types in the comment section that I'm crazy and that Kingsley is going to be bad this season, let's just give him a little bit more time. Like, I think that, giving him these preseason reps, that's why it's so important to play your rookies and, your offensive linemen a lot in the preseason games. Guys like Josh Simmons and Kingsley Suamataia, they need these practice reps. They need these live reps going up against guys that actually want to kill the quarterback, and it's going to make them better. And so I think that anyone that had these lofty expectations for Kingsley, that just doesn't make sense. Again, he's basically a de facto rookie at left guard, there's going to be some bumps, there's going to be some growing pains, and I'm okay with waiting it out because I do think that he's going to get better. But I do want to talk more about this situation and why Kingsley may have struggled, and we'll do that right after this ad break. This video is sponsored by the great people over at DM Injury Law. Injured in an accident, you could be entitled to significant compensation, but you gotta act fast. Rely on the experienced personal injury attorneys at DM Law, Kansas City and Missouri's top injury law firm. DM Law is a full-service personal injury practice supported by a large team of investigators, case managers, medical records specialists, and more. And best of all, you don't pay unless they win. DM Law operates on a contingency fee basis, so no fees unless they win your case. And they also provide free consultations. So if you've been injured, don't wait. You can contact DM Law today for a free consultation and learn how they can help you pursue the compensation you deserve. Let them handle the fight while you focus on recovery. Hurt in a car wreck? Call Mike. Remember, Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement. Thanks to DM Injury Law for sponsoring this video. Huge thanks to the sponsors that have supported this channel all off-season long. Now, getting back into the main portion of this video, one reason why I think that Kingsley Suamataia struggled on that one snap, his feet were not in a position to succeed. He was not, balanced, and that's something that will take a little bit of time. Again, it is a transition from left tackle to left guard, but once he gets his balance down, once you get, your anchor set, that's where the power comes. And I think that, it's going to take him a little bit more time, but that's why he's going to play in the next preseason game against Seattle. He needs these reps, and I do think that over the course of the season, he's going to be a serviceable left guard. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you like Kingsley Suamataia at left guard, or do you think that the Chiefs should go in another direction? I don't think that Mike Caliendo is the answer, and I don't think that they're going to play, Jalen Moore at left guard, even though they have a lot invested in him. I think this job is Kingsley Suamataia's, and he's going to have to be pretty bad before he loses it. But that's all I've got for this video, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe for more daily Chiefs content. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video, and as always, go Chiefs.